Hi, it's Dagan here, and tonight we're going to make another dish with those beautiful prawns. This is going to be prawns with 3 types of mushroom, bok choy, and an oyster sauce. So we have our oyster sauce. The prawns are already cleaned. I got to clean up these mushrooms. I have fresh shiitakes. I've used dry, but the fresh ones are just really spectacular. And some little baby bok choy. It's not so little, but kind of shrinks up. Then we have these beautiful, the brown shimeji mushroom, and then those, a little white beach, not like a beach, white sandy beach, but the little white beach mushrooms. They're 100% natural, and they're 100% yummy. So let's do this. I'm going to kind of skip through some things. I don't want to bore you with all the prep. So let's get going. Okay, well, I have everything prepped. I have the beach mushrooms. They just come with like kind of a little root on the bottom. They're like in a clump, so you just cut that off. I have the brown ones. Look at those. Those are cool. The bok choy, it's like quartered. If you can see, quartered it. And then the shiitakes, I cut the stem off. You don't want to eat the stem, it gets really tough. And then I sliced them up. And then I like this Panda brand. It's Lee Kum Ki. They make some good stuff. Their hoisin sauce is really good too. I'll use this oyster sauce. Then once again, I forgot the ginger, so I'm going to use a little ground ginger, but no one will notice. And we have a little garlic. So let's get going. Okay, well, we have some oil in there. We're going to throw the shiitakes in first. It looks like a lot, but they shrink down. These fresh ones are good. Get my sous chef going. Come on. So I'm going to skip ahead. I don't want to do a whole real-time cooking. It gets a little boring. But so we'll let these go for a while. Okay, now the shiitakes have been going for a little bit, but now I add a little garlic in. I have it on kind of a low heat. I don't want to really sear it. If you haven't tried the fresh shiitakes, you really should try them. They really are just fantastic. The flavor. The dried ones aren't too bad. You know, you hydrate them. But throw in a couple. I'm cheating again with the garlic, but what do you expect for a cheap YouTube video? And now we'll kind of let these go for a while. I do the shiitakes first because they're a little harder to cook, and then the beach and the brown, they go in because they're little babies. They'll cook up. I also add a splash of soy sauce. This is the low sodium. I try to cut the salt when I can. Just a little bit. Not too muchy. One of my co-workers always says, too muchy, too muchy. I always say, not enough. But oh well, I'll be back. Well, here you can see the difference. The one on the bottom, it's a little more done, and the one on the top needs a little more time. But they're all kind of coming along. So next, I'm going to add the little beach and the brown mushrooms. Okay, now it's time for the little white beach mushrooms. Like I said, you can see here, they come with like a little bottom that I cut off, and they kind of separate. They kind of separate as you go. So I'm going to add those. I'm also going to add the brown ones. They're the same. This is kind of cute here. Let me dump these in and show you something. Well, look at this. Except that there, sorry. Look at this little baby mushroom. Can you see? Little, oh, there he goes. Like the smallest mushroom in the world. Well, like there you can see how they grow up along the side there. See the little babies. See them. If I get my hands out of the way. See, but again, I break these up. There's some there, the little babies growing. And we're going to keep kind of heating these up. Stir them, mix them all in. They're starting to look good. I think I'll put another splash of, I try not to put more oil, don't really need it, but just a few little dashes of soy sauce. I'm going to add the ginger in a little bit, but I kind of wanted the garlic and everything to do its thing. To do its thing, man. I always joke about getting hot in the kitchen. Well, it's hot now. It's a hot kitchen. But yeah, so I'll be back. Okay, these are looking pretty good here. I think I'm going to add the bok choy, kind of cook it down a little bit. Then I'm going to take this all out, do the prawns and throw it all together. And put some beautiful oyster sauce. So here are those, they're like quartered pieces, you can see. Beautiful little baby bok choy. Just going to dump it all on. This again, it looks like a whole lot, but it really cooks down. Some of them were a little smaller, like this, a little baby. And this guy was bigger. But that's how it goes. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, well, they're starting to cook down a little bit, and I keep trying to mix the mushrooms up on top, keep the bok choy on the heat. Some people will take the shrooms out and do everything separately, but I like to try to use the same pan, and I kind of wash as I go. Like right now, I don't have anything dirty to clean, so I'll be back in a little when these are a little more cooked. They're still pretty firm, but they're nice. I love my little silly spoon. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, now these are about done. I don't want to, still, they have to go with the shrimp, so I don't want them completely done, but they're pretty darn close. You can see how they've kind of shrunken, and I have in the back here, I have my rice going. I just do it in a pan. Look at that. And cover it, let all the water absorb, and then just turn the heat off and let it sit. So next up are the beautiful prawns. So let me transfer this out and set up. Alright, now we have a little bit of garlic going, a little bit of oil. Sizzling. A little bit of bok choy. I'm going to crank it down a little. And we're going to add these beautiful prawns. Trying to spread them out. I got about 1.5 pounds. Going to save some for some, you know what, sunamono. That's such a good salad. It's really good when it's hot. Excuse the fingers. But now we'll let these go a little bit. Alright, well here they are. They're done and they're ready to come out. So I'm going to take them out and throw everything back in. If that makes sense? Hold on just a second. Okay, well there's the bok choy and the mushrooms. I'm going to dump a bunch of ginger in here. I love ginger, but I also like Marianne. Haha, that's one of my bad jokes. Like you need to be told. So there, those prawns are back in there. I'll give them a little stir. Get that ginger going in there. You could actually eat it like this, but we're going to take it a little further. Look at the bok choy. You can see how it's really It still has a crunch. You don't want to get it too soft unless you really like soft, but we're going to put some oyster sauce. Maybe, I don't want to go too crazy again. It has kind of a powerful taste. Maybe just a little more, maybe about 3-4 tablespoons. That should be enough. Okay, now we just stir it up and it's pretty much done. And I'm going to plate it up. You want the oyster sauce to get a little warm, but everything's about cooked, so just so it gets coated. I learned the hard way. I used to put too much sauce. It would kind of overpower everything. So I like to just kind of coat it and let the flavors shine through. The oyster sauce takes it to another level, but with these ingredients, can't really go wrong. The beautiful, you can see one of these. If I can grab it, which I can't. See the shiitakes? They're beautiful. And there's one of the little beach. And the little brown ones, here's a little brown one over here. So it's all ready. So the rice is done. This is done. That only means one thing. It's supper time. So let's grab a plate and let's eat. Well, I should say me. Okay, well here it is. It's prawns with oyster sauce and bok choy and triple mushroom. Give you that virtual tour. It's a beautiful dish. There's plenty. We're going to have lunch for tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. Have a great day.